Not too bad. So last month, my biggest update ever, 176. I knocked 100 off that. Well, 101. You're looking at 75. It's July Blu-ray update time. How's it going, everybody? Tommy Star here. Thank you for clicking on this video. It's Blu-ray update time. Yeah, finally. Everybody's been commenting, where's your July Blu-ray update? Here it is. A little past the middle of the month, but hey, we're here. We got it. So, yeah, 75 titles in July. As you can see, I went down big time. Still a big update. 75 is still a lot of movies, but I had to tone it down a little bit. This is actually a kick-ass update. As I was gathering everything off the shelves, I was just kind of looking at all the pickups for July, and there's a lot of a lot of uncommon stuff, stuff I've been looking for a long time. I remember I did place a lot of orders online in the month of July, so a lot of really cool stuff, stuff I've been wanting for a while. We got a lot of A to Z stuff, which looks like a heck of a lot more non-slipcovers this time around than slipcovers, and then a few newer titles thrown in there. Disney is not anywhere near last month, but what's cool about this Disney stack is I got some stuff I've been after forever. Some stuff to just kind of wrap things up for my animated Disney. We got a nice little stack of Steelbooks in this update. Just a couple DC, Marvel. Actually, I think they're both a DC. We got a TV series. We got a nice little stack of 4K. We got a couple Scream Factories, a couple Vestrons. We got an MVD. And we got a good stack of horror and one TV series. So really good stuff in this update, you guys. I'm excited to show you guys as usual. Now, before we get into the update, you guys, I just wanted to extend a big thank you to everybody who was part of my first live video. It turned out really well. We ended up hitting like 2 hours, so like double the amount of time that I actually planned on doing. But I had so much fun for my first live video. It sounded like you guys really enjoyed it. I think at one point I got almost 40 people in there. So that was pretty damn cool for a first run. And I'm really, really thankful. I just want to say thank you to everybody who was a part of that. You guys are awesome. And we're definitely going to continue to do more live videos for sure, because it sounded like you guys really wanted to see that. So I don't know exactly how I'm going to run it yet. I'm thinking right now I might start out doing like every 2 weeks. And we'll see how it goes. If you guys want it more, we can start doing it more. But I'm thinking like somewhere like every other Sunday night is kind of what I'm planning on, and kind of playing around with, and we'll see what works best. But I had a great time, so we're gonna definitely do more of that. But again wanted to say thank you to everybody, and send out a huge congrats one last time to Bearded Slasher for winning the 4K of Avengers Infinity War. So let's get into the update. All right, we're gonna go ahead and kick things off with horror. So the first one up here, newer movie, Truth or Dare, from the same producer as Happy Death Day and Get Out. Both excellent movies, and so I figured, with that, it should be a decent movie. And I actually really enjoy this, you guys. I heard a lot of people hated this movie. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I actually did get a chance to watch it. It's actually a little bit more than usual in this update of movies I actually got a chance to watch. Been really trying to spend a lot of time watching movies, but anyways, fun movie. Watched it with my stepdad. We had a good time. I thought it was a lot of fun. So if you've been hearing a lot of stuff about this movie that it's really bad, just give it a shot. Maybe you'll like it, but definitely a cool movie. Next up here, another movie I got a chance to watch, and that is A Quiet Place. Now, this movie, of course, everybody's talking very positively about it, and I got a chance to watch it, and I think this movie is a masterpiece, you guys. Just done so good. Very different when it comes to acting. To act out a movie where you don't really talk had to be a little bit more difficult than usual. But I thought they pulled it off, you guys. I thought they did a fantastic job. It was really creepy. I enjoyed it a lot. So everything I heard about this movie being positive, yeah, they nailed it. So awesome movie. If you haven't had a chance to check out A Quiet Place yet, get on this movie, you guys. It's fantastic. All right, next up is one of the pickups I got when I was with the Blu Obsession and shopping here in my area. And that is the brand new Jim Carrey film, Dark Crimes. Again, I did get a chance to watch this movie. And, you know, to be honest with you, it's different. It's definitely different for Jim Carrey, that's for sure. I don't know. It's kind of an odd movie, you guys. To be honest with you, I mean, it had some kind of cool parts. I think Jim Carrey, for this type of role, for really stepping out of his comfort zone, I thought he did a really good job. You know, he had to use a strong, like, Russian accent, and I thought he did really good. I'll give him that. He definitely did a good job in the type of role that this was. But it was just a really weird movie. Some hard to watch stuff, and I just couldn't get into it. It was kind of slow for me. The ending was kind of cool, but I don't know. I just was a little weirded out by it. It was okay. It was all right. Give it a watch. Next up here is a title I believe I found over at like Half Price Books, and that is Red Riding Hood with the cool lenticular slip. I was fortunate enough to find that. I haven't seen this movie before, but it's a movie I always kind of wanted to check out, and I found it really cheap with that cool lenticular slip. So I figured, hey, for a couple bucks, we'll grab this and give it a shot. Yeah. And then the last of the horror slipcovers is 28 Days Later. You know, I seen this movie, never saw the sequel, but I did see this. I wasn't the biggest fan of this because, like, you know, like zombie movies and like, you know, movies like this, you know, like, you know, just with, you know, like movies where like people are either zombies or like have some kind of disease or the whole world's going crazy type of deal. I've never really got into movies like that a lot. A little bit more lately, but that's why I never really picked up these movies. But I found the, you know, kick-ass Fox icon slipcover at Half Price Books one day, and I was like, you know what? I mean, I know that, you know, these Fox icon slipcovers are hard to find. I'm like, I'll go ahead and pick it up just for the heck of it, you know, because, I mean, I thought it was okay. It has been a really long time since I've seen it, so I'll definitely give it another watch. But to find it with the cool Fox icon slipcover, I mean, I couldn't say no, and it was really cheap. So last of the slipcovers, let's check out the non-slipcover horror. So, of course, since I just got 28 Days Later, actually, right there at the same Half Price Books actually had the sequel, so I had to pick up 28 Weeks Later as well. You know, like I said, I'd never seen this one, but since I just bought the first one, what the heck, and it was cheap as well. I think it was even cheaper than the other one, so we'll give this one a watch as well. I'll check out the first one again, and then we'll follow up with that one. So 28 Weeks Later. So a movie that's been in the Amazon cart for a long time, finally went ahead and snagged it, Lake Placid 2, the only other Lake Placid film on Blu Ray. Of course, we know the first one is Scream Factory. But I wanted to get this one. I kind of like the second one. It's okay. The first one kicks ass. This one's all right. And then everything beyond this, there's like 3 other ones, are not really good. And they're not even on Blu-ray. So I figured, you know what? This one's decent. It's on Blu-ray as well. We'll go ahead and pick that up. All right. I think I found this at Half Price Books as well. A movie called Vacancy. It's a cool movie. Luke Wilson, Kate Beckinsale. It was kind of a fun little horror film, you know, where they're stuck in this, you know, they end up, you know, the car breaks down, they end up in this little motel off the side of the freeway, and yeah, they end up like watching, you know, these like home videos, and it gets really crazy from there. It's just, I don't know, I thought it was a cool movie. There's a 1 or 2 sequels. I know I got the second one on DVD. I can't remember if there's a third one. I don't think there is. But anyways, I even thought the second one was pretty good as well. But there's the first one. I was happy to find it on Blu-ray. Definitely a movie I wanted in the horror, you know, collection for Blu-ray. So check the movie out if you haven't seen it yet. All right, next up here's a title I found in Missouri when I went to Crypticon with my son. Dead Silence from the writers and director of Saw. Kick-ass movie, you guys. I remember watching this when it first came out, and that was, I think, the only time I ever watched it. Definitely a pretty freaky movie, and been looking for it on Blu-ray for a while. You get Donnie Wahlberg in here as well, but kind of a creepy-looking puppet. Definitely has some pretty good jump scares in this film, but like I said, a movie I've been after for a while, and I was happy to find it out at the convention. So that is Dead Silence. All right, I believe I found this at a pawn shop. I think pawn shop or Half Price Books, I can't remember. A movie called Shudder. A movie I had on DVD back in the day. I remember kind of liking it, but I don't remember a lot about it because I just one of those movies that I picked up on like when it came out, watched it one time, and haven't watched it since. So I know that it's got Joshua Jackson in it. Who else is in this movie? Not really many other people I know. Rachel Taylor. But yeah, I just found it for a couple dollars. So I figured grab that. All right, I think it was my actual last Blu-ray update in June. I got the remake of this. So I figured it was time to get the original on Blu-ray. And that is Prom Night. With, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis and Leslie Nielsen. I love the original. The remake was okay, but you got to have the original Prom Night, you guys. And this, surprisingly, I thought this was a lot more. I always thought for some reason that this was out of print. But I got it like new for like $15 or something. I don't know. But anyways, I picked this up off of Amazon. And I'm happy to finally have this, now both of them now, the original and the remake on Blu-ray, so awesome. So I have the Steelbook for this movie, the first one. I never had just an individual copy of this, and I wasn't really going to get it, but I found out that the Steelbook edition that I have of it is actually Region B, so I couldn't even watch it all this time. Had to pick up just a standard copy of it, of course, Evil Dead. So that's really the only reason why I bought it. I think I found it like really cheap somewhere, like maybe Half Price Books or something. And so I just figured, you know what, I need it now because Steelbook I have I thought was region free, and it's not. So had to pick that up just for that reason. I think I picked this up from somebody in no Half Price Books. Okay, never mind. I thought I got this from somebody in one of the Facebook groups, but apparently Half Price Books, there's a sticker on it. But anyways, a movie called The Skeleton Key. Thank you. So I remember a buddy of mine gave me this on DVD, said it was a really cool movie, and put it in the collection with the others, and kind of forgot about it, that I had it. And then one day out at Half Price Books, I come across this, and I was like, hey, I didn't know there was a Blu-ray of this. I'll go ahead and grab that. And still haven't watched it yet, but now I have it on Blu-ray, so we'll give it a watch here soon. But he says it was a really cool movie. If you guys want to read about that on the back there, but it's got Kate Hudson in it, so we'll give it a watch here. But yeah, found that cheap on Blu-ray. All right, so I picked this up. Where the hell did I pick this up at? I think, yeah, Half Price Books again. Okay, so a Stephen King movie I've been wanting for a long time. This is one of those titles that has a slipcover, but it's like really rare and out of print and really hard to find. But that is a movie called Thinner. Great Stephen King movie I've been after for so long. It really pisses me off, the Half Price Book sticker on here. That one didn't come off nice and clean like they normally do. So I got to work at that to get that shit off there. But if anybody has a slipcover to this, please let me know. I want it really bad. Awesome Stephen King movie. One I've been wanting for so long, but I just never really found it. I mean, I could have ordered it anytime I wanted because it's really not that expensive, you know. But to find it out in the wild, I think at Half Price Books, I said, hell yeah, I grabbed it. Now I just got to keep an eye out for the slip. So like I said, if you guys have it, please let me know. And the very last of the horror title, had to save the best for last, of course. You saw this in an unboxing, but my bro, Craig, hooked me up big time. This is a very expensive, out-of-print horror title. That is the Black Christmas remake. He hooked me up so fat, you guys, with this. And I can't thank him enough. I mean, not like it's a fantastic movie or anything. Obviously, the original is awesome. But I do like this movie, and I have wanted it on Blu-ray for a very long time. But I was never going to pay that out-of-print price. No ways. I mean, it has to be a really, really good movie for me to pay an out-of-print price. But he hooked me up with a deal that I kind of felt bad, to be honest with you, taken from him. But he's my bro. He said, you know what? I don't care, man. You're my friend, so I'm gonna give you a good deal, and he did. So I want to thank Craig one last time, bro. Thank you so much for this. I'm just so happy to have the Black Christmas remake and the collection now. So awesome. All right, let's move on to the next category. All right, only two for DC Marvel, and like I said, these are just two DC titles. First one up here is Aquaman, Rage of Atlantis, the brand new Lego DC comic superhero title. So this came out a couple weeks ago. Bought it when I was out shopping with the Blu Obsession. This came in the box, where you get the Lego figure. They always release, I was talking about in the video, they always release that edition plus a standard with a slip. This time around they didn't do that. It was just the little box. And I knew that there wouldn't be a slip on this because there never is when they're in those boxes. And I was so upset because it's like, I just want a slipcover for every one of these. And now I just find out that not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday, it's getting another release. So I looked at it, and it's got to be the slipcover edition. So it looks like we're going to get a slip on this, so I'm excited. So I actually haven't watched it yet, but I will soon. Me and my son have watched every one of these together, and we love them. They're a lot of fun. They're super funny. And I think this is like the 7th one or something. But we will watch this very, very soon. They're not that long, but we always have a good time with them, and I have to get the new one every time they come out. So that is Lego DC Superheroes. Aquaman, Rage of Atlantis. So, all right, and then the only other one for DC is Supergirl. For the first time to Blu-ray, this is the 1984 Supergirl movie that came out. Never had a Blu-ray release. I had the DVD of this. Never would believe that this would come to Blu-ray, but Warner Archive surprised the heck out of all of us and released it on Blu-ray. I haven't watched it yet, but this has definitely got some cool special features. Not a lot, but some cool stuff. It has this like bonus DVD of the rare director cut of the film, which I've never remember seeing. I don't think the DVD had that. I don't think it did, but I don't remember if it did. But anyways, anytime they bring, like I said, a Marvel or DC title to Blu-ray for the first time, just get so happy just for the collection. So thank you, Warner Archive, for releasing that. Awesome. So anyways, that is everything I picked up for the DC Marvel category. Let's move on. All right, getting into Steelbooks. Got some cool Steelbooks this time. How many do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like about 7 of them. So the first couple here are a few Marvel that I picked up. First one here is like one of my favorite Marvel titles, and that is The Punisher. And this is the Tom Jane Punisher movie. Awesome Steelbook, you guys. This has got a matte finish on it, but there's the front, the back. Got Travolta and Jane on the back there. There's the spine. Then we do got a cool picture on the inside here. And these, I think this is the Region B. Yeah, from some different country somewhere, but yeah, kick-ass Steelbook I've wanted for a while. All right, so the next couple here, if you guys remembered from June's update, I started getting all the rest of the X-Men Steelbooks to get the whole collection. Well, these are the last 3 that I needed. First one up here is X-Men Origins Wolverine. I think I got all 3 of these from the same seller, or no, 2 of them I got, and then the 3rd one I think I got off Best Buy. But anyways, X-Men Origins. This is the first Wolverine. This is a and B region. So there's the disc, but here's the front, back, spine, and then the inside. Awesome. And then next up would be the second Wolverine movie. Got this from the same guy as the first one, and that is just the Wolverine kick-ass Steelbook. I think all, yeah, these are all matte. And then this is another AB region, I think. Check out that picture, you guys. Too cool. And then the last one, this is the one I got from BestBuy.com. Slide it out here. This one looks to be a gloss one. And I think, yeah, this is a 4K. I forgot. This is the 4K one. But that, of course, is Logan. Always loved the look of this Steelbook ever since it first came out. Never got it when it first came out, and looks like Best Buy got like a restock. And I got this like really cheap, you guys. I think it was like under 20. But just love that picture. Everybody remembers this Steelbook when it came out. And then the inside. Whoa. Oh, damn. That wasn't good. Okay. 4K disc. And then the Blu-ray disc. And then the inside. Check that out. Awesome. So I got every X-Men Steelbook now. And the next one comes out Tuesday, Deadpool 2. All right, now the other three are just a couple of random A to Z titles, but the first one I got here is the very first Hunger Games film. Picked this up for Jazz, found this over at Half Price Books, really cheap. And you know me, I always like getting just usually like the first one in a series. But so there's the front, there's the back. I actually like the Hunger Games movies. Not exactly my style of movie, but they were okay. I had a good time watching them. I think the second one was really good. There's the disc, and then there's the inside. All right, next up is a Steelbook that FYE got. I thought these were exclusive to FYE. I think they were, and I'm pretty sure they had all three. When I was there, I only seen the first two, and I was gonna get both of them, but I just decided to stick with the getting just the first one deal that I do. But that is The Godfather. And this is a gloss finish. Really, really cool looking Steelbook. Just kind of simple, but I like the colors. There's the back, the spine, and then the disc, and the inside. I like the inside of this. That's pretty cool. All right, and then the last one, I think I found this over at Half Price Books or something, and that is The Gambler with Wahlberg. I thought this movie was okay. Wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be, but it was still a cool movie. But this Steelbook is just badass. So there's the front, the back, the spine, and then nothing fancy about the discs here, but still a really cool shot on the inside. Awesome. So that's all my Steelbooks for July. And actually, I don't have a lot for August, but some really kick-ass ones that I cannot wait for you guys to see. All right, moving on. All right, next up is the one and only TV series I got. Something I've been wanting for a very long time. It's a little bit spendy, so I had to wait till I found a good deal. But anyways, released from Shout Factory a while ago. And that is the complete series on Blu-ray of Pee-wee's Playhouse. God, did I love this show as a kid, you guys. So many memories with this show, and I've wanted this so bad. Such a beautiful box set. But there, you know, it comes in this hardcover case. And there's the front, back. And you get like just the complete series, including like the Christmas specials and everything, I believe. But I got this brand new, you guys. Can't remember what I paid for it, but I know these normally run like almost $100, and I got it not anywhere near that. I remember that. But nice, thick box, and you get 2 Amrays in here, seasons 1 and 2, and then 3, 4, and 5. But so happy I finally have this. I'm a fan of Pee-wee. I love the movies. I didn't really like the newer one that came out on Netflix, but I always loved the old school TV show. I watch it like every Saturday morning. So happy to finally have this in the collection. All right, now we're gonna get into some of my specialty lines. Of course, starting with Scream Factory. Just 2 of them this time around, but First one I got here is Bloodsucking Bastards. With the slipcover, I found this really cheap over at, pretty sure it was Half Price Books. And, you know, I've heard kind of mixed reviews. You know, they say, what is this like compared to? What do they say? Like, this is like Office Space meets Shaun of the Dead or something like that. You know, it's a Scream Factory. It's got a slipcover, and it was like really cheap. I think it was like $8 or something. So had to check that out. So there's that one. And then, of course, the most recent collector edition. Well, not anymore. There's the newest one, Return of the Living Dead Part 2, which still hasn't shipped yet from Amazon. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyways, the most recent one to that one, and that is John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness. I haven't got a chance to watch this yet, you guys, but this looks pretty badass. But yeah, this is the most recent collector edition. Of course, I did do an unboxing of this. If you guys want to see that, I'll put that down in the description box, the link to that video. But yep, the most recent one here. This is number 86, I believe, for collector editions. So, yep. All right, so we got some Vestrons in this update. It's been a while. Finally got the number 15 and number 16 in the Vestron line. And that is, first one, Beyond Reanimator. So happy Vestron picked this up because now I got all three. You know, Arrow's got the first two. Now Vestron's got the third one. So I've never seen the third one before. So I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Awesome special features. Both of these Vestrons are included in the, they should be in the unboxing with In Mouth of Madness. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, like I said, I'll put that video down below. But next one up here, number 16, is Dagon from H.P. Lovecraft. It looks kind of cool, to be honest with you. Weird for sure, but it looks kind of decent. But I'll check it out once I start watching all my Vestrons when I'm done with Scream Factory. But yeah, number 15, number 16. And then this may have been part of that unboxing as well. But the brand new, pretty sure it was, the brand new MVD Rewind, and that is a movie called Wind Rider. Of course, with those kick-ass slipcovers that they always do. They just announced like a couple more of these MVDs. They just announced a few more titles coming. I love the MVD Rewind collection. This is number 9. But I don't know anything about this movie. They got some weird titles that they released, but I love the look of the slipcovers, and I'm just going to keep collecting them. So, all right, you guys, moving on. All right, getting into 4K. We got a nice little stack of 4K here, and I think every one of them but one I got from Craig. So, yeah, let's run through them here. First one up here, got my very first Star Wars on 4K. Of course, The Last Jedi, and this is the only Star Wars movie right now that's on 4K. Of course, the next one coming out will be Solo in a few weeks. And I'm sure eventually they'll start putting them all in 4K, and I'll definitely be getting them. But Star Wars Last Jedi. The next one here I got from Craig is Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Yeah, I think these were... I did these in one of my recent unboxings, but never seen this movie, but excited to check it out. Then we got the very first Expendables film. Craig gave me a great deal on these for you guys. So I already got rid of all my Blu Rays. Now that I've upgraded to 4K. And the last one I got from Craig, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Hell freaking yeah. And all these came with slips. He gave me a good deal on them. You know, he just keeps helping me along with my 4K collection. But definitely my favorite Terminator. I think this one and the 5th one are on for 4K right now, and I think that's it. But awesome. And then the last 4K I got, now I bought the Blu Ray of this, and then I returned it and got this. I just had to get this, you guys. This was the exclusive lenticular slip over at Target, but that is Ready Player One. I said, you know what, this is a movie that just, you can tell has to be on 4K. But, you know, it does, you know, pretty much all 4Ks come with a Blu Ray, so I was able to watch it. And then one day when I actually get a 4K player, you know, I cannot wait to see what it looks like on 4K. But this movie kicked ass, you guys. Awesome, fun movie. Jess and I and all the kids watched it, you know, like when it came out, when I picked it up. This slipcover is just kick-ass. How he switches to the Avatar. This was awesome. They had a Blu Ray one of this too, same thing, but I decided, gotta get the 4K. But yeah, really cool movie, you guys. I mean, just absolutely epic. I mean, it's just insane special effects, and you know, being Steven Spielberg, you know what you're gonna get. I mean, there were so many badass references in the movie, like a lot of Spielberg references, and then just a ton of 80s references, 80s music. It was just an all-around kick-ass movie. A lot going on. It's definitely one of those movies that can be kind of hard to follow, but it was just over the top, but just perfectly over the top. But definitely a movie I highly recommend. We had a blast with this movie, you guys. So good. Loved it. All right, let's run through the Disney. Like I said, not a big stack of Disney, but still some cool stuff. So we'll go ahead and we'll do the live action Disneys first. Well, we'll look at my non-slipcovers. First one up here is Denzel Washington, Remember the Titans. Forgot that this was a Disney title. That's kind of weird, but had to pick that up. I think I found that cheap over at Half Price Books. Next up here is one that I believe I ordered off eBay, a movie called Newsies. Don't really know anything about it, but you know me, when I'm looking for Disney, I just look for anything I can find with the Disney label on it, and gotta grab it for the collection. But this one and that last one too are ones that just don't have slipcovers, unfortunately, whatever. But this just looks like some kind of a musical of some sort, I guess. So definitely something that Jess would probably love. But yeah, Newsies. Next up here is another live action movie, Bridge to Terabithia. Another movie that doesn't come with a slipcover, but I think I found this on eBay again, so I had to pick that up. All right, and then the last non-slipcover was that final remaining Disney Movie Club exclusive that was supposed to be in my huge order I got that you guys seen in my last update. And for some reason, this one never got shipped by Disney, and they had to ship it individually. But so it didn't make its way into June's update, but it did July, and that is Return to Oz. A really weird take on Wizard of Oz, but I remember seeing this years ago when I was young. But it is kind of like a follow-up to the original Wizard of Oz, but it's set in a really weird alternate type universe, like where things are just really different from from what we remember from the original Wizard of Oz. But this, I mean, it is an old movie. I mean, obviously not as old as the original Wizard of Oz, but I think it's just like 80s or something when this came out. I'm trying to find it, and of course you can never find it. But anyway, but I remember liking it. Like I said, it's really weird, but I seen that Disney Movie Club had it. I'm like, gotta grab it. So there's that. And then I have one live action with a slip here, and that is 2-movie collection of the Princess Diaries and the Princess Diaries 2 Royal Engagement. Julie Andrews, Anne Hathaway. So mainly, I mean, I know that we have this little double feature, or actually, we had like one of these individually, maybe on DVD, which was like Jess's or Sadie's or something. Then I seen that they had a slipcover edition of this on Blu Ray, so I said I gotta grab it. So I picked this up on eBay, I believe. But slipcover's in really good condition, so had to pick that up for the Disney collection. All right, now switching over to animated, not really many more animated Disneys anymore. There was pretty much like 3 left I had to get. And the first one up here is the 2-movie collection. I remember seeing this in the Blu Obsession's video when he did his Disney collection video. And he had this without the slipcover, so I thought that it didn't have a slipcover. And when I looked it up on eBay, I found a seller that had one with the slip. The slip's not in the greatest condition, but I got it really super cheap. I've never seen any of these movies, but that is the Prep and Landing films. Prep and Landing, and then Prep and Landing Naughty versus Nice or something. Just looks like some fun holiday animated films. I mean, it's an animated movies, and I had to get it for the Disney collection, so I was happy that I was able to find it with the slip. So, and then the very last Disney. Now, I think I had said this in the unboxing that this was the last animated Disney I needed, but I did forget about one. And if you guys remember, whoever watched the Blu Obsession's shopping video that he did on his channel with me, where he was staying and we went shopping. I found the official last animated Disney at Pawn America with him. So if you guys want to know what that is, go check out his video of us shopping together. If not, though, you're going to have to wait until my August update to see what it is. But anyways, this one here, you guys, this is the Holy Grail of Disney that I needed forever. And my buddy, the Blu Obsession, sold me this. He kept the movie, but he sold me the slipcover, which is what's really hard to find for this movie, like any other Disney. And he actually found another copy of the movie at a Half Price Books over by his house. So he, sent me that with the slipcover for just an awesome price, like half of what you find this thing for. And that, of course, was the 2-movie collection of Atlantis, The Lost Empire, and Milo's Return, you guys. Oh, I'm so happy I finally have this. Such a hard Disney title. I had the hardest time finding this one. I mean, it never showed up on eBay except for one. Seller wanted $60 and the slipcover was in bad condition. So I was like, I'm not going to spend this money, especially if the slipcover is bad. But I'm so happy. I can't believe I even have this for the Disney collection. I thought I'd never get to find this movie for a fair price that I would pay, but yes. So like I said, there was one more animated Disney that I had to find, which I found with the Blu Obsession. So you'll see that in August's update. That's it for Disney. Let's move on to the last and final category, A to Z. All right, so A to Z. Let's go ahead and run through it. Not a super big stack, probably a third or whatever what I had last month's, but a lot of really cool stuff I've been wanting for a long time. A lot of kind of rare titles that you don't find that often. So the first one up here, ordered this off of eBay, I believe, and that is Beethoven. Love this film. Came to Blu Ray not too long ago, like maybe a year or two ago. This is the only one on Blu Ray so far from the Beethoven franchise, and honestly, the only other Beethoven film I like is Part 2. So hopefully we'll get Part 2 on Blu Ray soon. I can see that coming to Blu Ray. But anyways, had to get this movie. Absolutely love this movie. It's just so much fun. Had to get it for the collection. Finally got my hands on the very last and final Karate Kid movie from the Karate Kid franchise that I didn't own. I think I got this off of Amazon, I believe, and that is The Next Karate Kid. This movie isn't that bad. A lot of people talk, a lot of crap about this movie. I mean, obviously it's the weakest in the series, but I like it. I enjoy it. I remember when it first came out, I was kind of let down that Ralph Macchio wasn't in it. But I was happy to see another Karate Kid movie, especially, Pat Morita came back for it. They do talk about, they even reference Daniel in this movie, but it's fun. I like it. It's a enjoyable movie. I've already watched it on Blu-ray. It looks pretty good on Blu-ray. But I just need it for the collection. I would say, I almost like this a little bit better than the remake. I didn't think the remake was that good, but happy to finally have this to kind of complete the Karate Kid franchise because I'm a big fan. Next up, I think I found this at Half Price Books clearance section. A Paul Rudd movie I've wanted to get for a while, Our Idiot Brother. Never seen it. I haven't heard the greatest things about it, but I think it was $3 in their clearance section. I love Paul Rudd, so I figured I'd just grab it just to check it out. If it's not really that good, it's not really a big waste of money or anything. We'll just have it in the collection. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to check it out. Looks like it might be a little funny. I don't know. We'll see. Another title I was really happy to come across. You don't see that often, at least I don't. Found this out at Half Price Books. That is a movie called The Guardian with Ashton Kutcher and Kevin Costner. Really good movie. This movie's really good. Another one of the Ashton Kutcher movies where he plays more of a serious role. Like Butterfly Effect, which is one of my favorite movies. I think Ashton Kutcher can be a really good actor when he wants to be, when he's not being slapstick funny. But really cool movie, you guys. Check this out if you guys want to read the back. But yeah, I'm happy to have found this one because I've been wanting this for a while on Blu-ray. All right, I think I picked this up when I went shopping with the Blu Obsession, but I found this at Best Buy. I'd never seen it there before. It's just a newer title that they've gotten in stock. But that, of course, is Pearl Harbor with Ben Affleck. This is a cool movie. I enjoyed this movie. It's kind of to me, it's like kind of a couple time watch type of movie. Not like really something you can watch like 100 times or anything, but I liked it. Definitely good enough to get into the collection, you know, for me. So wasn't that much over at Best Buy, so I figured I'd pick it up. Another movie that I've wanted to get for a while on Blu-ray. Thought it was a really, really good movie with two really good actors. That is The Bucket List with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson. Saw it like once when it first came out, bought the DVD, and it was really cool. You know, just kind of a cool idea for a movie. And had a pretty touching ending, but definitely something I wanted to get on Blu-ray for a while. So I'm happy to finally have found that. I think I found it over at Half Price Books. I think I got this at Half Price Books as well. I went to a lot of Half Price Books in July. A lot of different ones. Some that I haven't been doing in a while, and I really lucked out with titles. But that is Days of Thunder next up here. A movie that I can't believe I didn't have in my collection. I really like this movie a lot. It's a really cool movie. I remember I had all the cars when I was a kid. I think Hardee's back in the day sold like all the cars like for their Happy Meal toys. And I remember having them all like Superflow and what are the other ones? I can't remember them now. All of them now. But anyway, Days of Thunder. And like I mentioned before, I'm not like a huge Tom Cruise fan, but this is definitely one of my favorite from him. One of my favorites from him. So, all right, next is another movie I've wanted for a long time. Found this at Half Price Books again, and that is Clue, the movie. Good old Tim Curry. It's such a cool movie. Definitely something that I needed in the collection. I couldn't believe I didn't have. But you know, just based off of the board game. But happy I finally have this. Another movie I've wanted on Blu-ray for a long time, and I think I got this off of eBay or Amazon, one of the two, but it's like a different, I think it's like a French-Canadian type edition or something. So I don't know if there's another straight U.S. release of this, but this is the one I got in the mail. But I mean, it does play. And that is a movie called Derailed. Such a good film, you guys. Clive Owen, Jennifer Aniston. Really just intense movie. With a crazy plot twist. Highly recommend this movie, you guys. It is really good. Yeah, there's like some French or something on the back here, but you guys want to read that. But I definitely highly recommend this movie. It's something I wanted on Blu-ray for a long time, so I had to order that. Another title I've wanted to get on Blu-ray for a long time, one of my all-time favorites, and that I think this came on Blu-ray not too long ago. Again, probably a year or two ago, and that is Paul Hogan and Almost an Angel. You know, of course, Paul Hogan, good old Crocodile Dundee. So other than Crocodile Dundee, this is like one of his other big movies that he did in his heyday. But such a just great film where he gets hit by a car and he like. It's like he dies and goes to heaven, and he's not sure if it's like a dream or not. And throughout the whole movie, you don't really know what's going on. And then you find out the truth at the end. I mean, I won't really spoil everything, but it's such a cool movie. Like the whole movie, he thinks he's an angel, and it's just crazy. I don't know if I showed you that yet, if you guys want to read about it. But something I had to get on Blu-ray, and it's been sitting in the cart for a long time. So I had to go ahead and grab it. All right, sequel to Bruce Almighty, Evan Almighty. This was like one of the, you know, Jim Carrey did a lot of movies in his day, like in the 90s, and like a lot of them got sequels that he wasn't in, and they were just all shit, you know, like Ace Ventura. He actually did Ace Ventura, but there was that third one that they did where it was like his kid or something. And then, you know, they made a sequel to The Mask, and they made a sequel to Dumb and Dumber. You know, they did like that prequel, and then they did this one too. And this is actually like a really good movie. I mean, for like a sequel to a Jim Carrey movie that like he's not in, fantastic. I mean, I almost like this one better than Bruce Almighty. I mean, it's a close one for me. But of course, it's Steve Carell. You know, he plays the same character from Evan Baxter from Bruce Almighty, but the whole movie is focused around him now. And of course, Morgan Freeman comes back to play God, but this time basically he's like, you know, Noah. Like he's got to like basically be Noah from Noah's Ark, but such a cool movie. And I didn't even know it was on Blu-ray. When I found out it was, I had to grab it for sure. But such a cool movie. I love this movie. All right, this one I picked up when I was in Missouri with my son at the convention. We went to that store. Now I can't remember what the hell it's called, but I was so happy when I found this because it was like $10, and I was like, oh my God, because I always remember this being an out-of-print title. And then come to find out it's not out of print anymore. They re-released it, but Escape from LA. You know, this is, I saw this before I ever seen Escape from New York. And when I seen this, I didn't even know that this was a sequel. I didn't even know Escape from New York existed. And I loved this movie. I really like it. I'm like one of the few people that actually like this movie. And to be honest with you, I like it better than Escape from New York. I just couldn't really get into Escape from New York. I mean, it was good, but kind of slow. But anyways, this one's, in my opinion, a little bit more entertaining, a little bit faster paced. Yeah, cool movies, got a badass ending. But I'm just happy I have it now on Blu-ray. Another title I found at the same place, and that is a Woody Harrelson film I've been wanting for a long time. I've had this on my eBay card, I think, or Amazon card, one of the two. And to find it out at a store, you just don't see this movie out at stores. But that is The People versus Larry Flint. Great biopic film. He, of course, plays Larry Flint, the creator of Hustler. And it's actually a really cool movie. He definitely does a good job playing the part. And I love Woody Harrelson, so it's an interesting movie. Definitely check this one out. And I believe I found this at that same store. Needed this, been wanting it for a while, and that's Wayne's World 2. I got the first one like a year ago, and I had to get the sequel. Just waiting to come across it, and finally did. Wasn't that much, so now I got them both. So, which this one I had to slip like the first one, but. All right, my all-time favorite actor. One of his movies finally came to Blu-ray for the first time. Picked this up from Amazon, I believe. And that is Sleepless in Seattle with Tom Hanks. And Meg Ryan. Just so happy to finally see this on Blu-ray. One of my favorites by him. So just, it's just cool to see that it finally came to Blu-ray. So awesome. All right, next up is another movie I found, I believe in Half Price Books clearance section for like a couple bucks. That's Mr. Woodcock. I really like Sean William Scott. You don't really see him in movies much anymore. I remember seeing this when it first came out one time, and I thought it was kind of cool. You get Billy Bob Thornton and Susan Sarandon in here as well, but it was a fun movie. Definitely worth just a couple dollars I have for the collection. But like I said, I like Sean William Scott, and you don't really get much from him anymore these days. So I think Jess found this at Half Price Books. Don't know shit about it. Just one of those Jess movies, and that is Rogers and Hammerstein's South Pacific. Well, that's a tongue twister. Anyway, yeah, musical. I don't know anything about this movie. All right, so that's it for non-slipcovers. So now we're going to go ahead and just finish off this update with a little stack of slipcover A to Z. So the first one I got here is newer title, came out a few weeks back, and that's a Rampage. Haven't watched it yet, but I heard a lot of mixed stuff. I mean, it's just one of those movies that you don't expect to be like a blockbuster. It just looks like a good time. Big, like I said, like big star, big monsters, big fun. But I had to grab it. I'll watch this at some point, but definitely looks like a good time. All right, next up here is the sequel that people have been waiting for a long time, and that is Super Troopers 2. So I actually heard that the movie ended up not being that good. But then again, when you get a sequel for a movie that was made like years and years ago, it's kind of a shot in the dark. But kind of like with Dumb and Dumber 2. I mean, 20 years later, I was happy to see it, that a sequel was coming, but definitely wasn't as good as I was hoping for. But anyways, I haven't watched this yet, but I don't really think I've heard any good reviews about it. But we'll check it out. All right, another newer movie I got not too long ago that I got to get on this because I've been hearing actually some pretty good things about it. And that is a brand new Joaquin Phoenix film called You Were Never Really Here. Yeah, I heard that this is like supposed to be a pretty kick-ass performance from him. if you guys want to read about this on the back. But definitely something that I wanted to get. I love Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, like, heard nothing but good stuff, so looking forward to checking that out very soon. All right, another title, older title here that finally got an edition with the slipcover. If you guys remember my unboxing with this, I was crossing my fingers that it would come with a slipcover, and that is Mrs. Doubtfire. These are those new, Fox slipcovers that they put out not too long ago, like Big and Tooth Fairy and stuff like that. But this one was never sold in stores, so that's why, I ordered it from, I think, Amazon. I was hoping it would come, and sure enough, it did. So we finally got a slipcover on Mrs. Doubtfire, so awesome. I don't know how different this is, like you get a few special features in here, but I don't know if that's like new or if the old one had that as well, but I'm just happy it's got a freaking slip. Another title I found out at a Half Price Books that I've actually heard a lot of people talk about this movie being really good. That's a movie called Prisoners. Found it cheap with a slip. You got a pretty decent cast in here. Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal, Terrence Howard, Paul Dano. But a lot of people have told me about this movie that I have to pick this up and watch it. If you can read about it here, but yeah, I like I said, I found it really cheap with a slip, so I had to grab it just based off everybody's recommendations. So, all right, another title I believe I picked up with the Blu Obsession. That's Paranorman. Found this with a slipcover as well. Half Price Books, I think. I've never seen it, but I guess the kids really like it. So definitely something I had to pick up. Another newer title that, of course, I still haven't watched yet. That is Blockers. I heard that this was actually pretty decent, pretty funny. It's like a girl version of American Pie or something. But it just looks super funny, and hopefully I can watch this soon because it looks really good. So, yeah, had to pick that up. Okay, another title I got when I was shopping with the Blu Obsession. Found this over at Best Buy, and he said that I have to get this for Jess because she's really into this series. And he said he has a slip for it, and he goes, if you buy it, I'll send you the slip. So that is the I guess the original Ghost in the Shell, like the first one that came out. This is the animated one, which they're all animated except for the the Scarlett Johansson movie that came out not too long ago. But anyways, I had to pick this up for Jess. I don't really get into these anime films much, but she was excited. So thanks to my buddy Blu Obsession for hooking me up with that slip. All right, I think I found this over at Half Price Books as well with the slip. Another Wahlberg film with Denzel Washington, Two Guns. I heard this movie kicks ass. Two of my favorite actors in one film. Can't go wrong. So yeah, I've heard nothing but good stuff about this movie. So to find it with the slip, hell freaking yeah. All right, this one, can't remember. I found this. Oh, I think I got this over at I think High Score Video that one time. I stopped there a few weeks ago. Anyways, a newer film, Forever My Girl. Just looks like a good like drama. Jeff was definitely excited when she seen I picked this up, but it's like these like this country singer or something. I mean, if you read about this, it actually sounds kind of cool. So found that with the slip really cheap. Had to grab that. All right, a movie that I remember looking at when it first came out, and I really wanted to get it, then I didn't. But a movie that just looks badass. I remember reading this. If you thought Deadpool was sick, you ain't seen nothing yet. But a movie called Officer Down. Just looks like a crazy, over-the-top movie. But I found this, I think, at that place as well, that High Score Video, when I stopped in there that one day. But found this with the slip as well, really super cheap. So happy to finally pick that up. I got it for like half the price it was when it was brand new. So okay, and I found this at this was in the Half Price Books clearance section as well. Another Stallone film. I don't know how much he's in this one because it has a huge cast. But that's a movie called Reach Me, and I found this with the slipcover. A newer-ish movie, 2014. But I mean, look at that cast that's in here, you guys. Just sounds like a pretty interesting film. But hey, Stallone's in it, and it was $3 with the slip, so how could I say no? Let me know if you guys have seen this movie. Curious to know if it's good or not. The last and final pickup for July's update, and that is the brand new remake of Overboard with Anna Faris. I love the original. I picked this up when I was shopping with my buddy Kirsten. I love the original with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. And in this one, I hear that they swap roles from the original, but I haven't got a chance to watch it yet. I actually haven't heard the best reviews about it, but it looks like a good time. And, you know, I'm down for any remake, you know, to give a shot. So, Overboard. Awesome. All right. That's it. All right, everybody. So yeah, that's all of July's pickups, all 75. So like I said, I've really gone down a lot compared to recent months. Yeah, I think May was like 160 and June 176. So August is actually looking really good as well. It's kind of sitting around the same amount as now. I don't know where it might end up being about the same as this update, but we'll see. You know, we'll get to that you know, soon. So, still got a few more new releases coming out. Like I said, next this Tuesday coming out, Deadpool 2. Cannot wait to get up on those special editions that are coming out. So. But there you have it, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. My July update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that like button right down below. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you guys think of the pickups. And share the video around. Subscribe if you have not. Again, everybody, thank you so much for the participation in the live video. And we'll be doing another one of those very soon. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.